Hi and welcome back to today's morning report on Tuesday the 30th of June with me, Richard Perry, market analyst at Handset Markets. Moving on to cable now, and we've just had out the UK GDP revision, final reading of Q1 GDP, and it's been a positive revision actually, 0.4% quarter on quarter, and the year-on-year data up by 2.9%. So it was a very, very decent number actually, and that's helped to drag cable higher. Not significantly, but still an improvement. But just on the daily technicals, you'd still say that it's basically range bound, really, sort of stuck between this 56.65 towards 58 figure range. 58 figure seems to be a bit of an overhead resistance there, and certainly 56.65 is the support coming in play. So sort of, let's say, 130 odd ticks of trading range there on this cable chart. Not a great deal of direction given off the momentum indicators, although very slightly corrective outlook still on the stochastics. My opinion still is that it's probably going to be sort of resolving this move slightly to the downside, but I think that if it does that, I think it will be creating another higher low, probably above that 54.50 support that's got in place now, and I still think that there is more of a choppy play rather than any sort of directional play on cable now, and in the coming months. But certainly at the moment, in the last few days, it's sort of trading sideways, and you can see that on the hourly chart that we've got in place here. So let me just change that to 56.50. Oh crikey, that's not even that, is it? It's 56.65. There you go. So yeah, that's your support that comes in place for cable, and that's between there and 58 figure, and that 58 figure sort of marked the top of marked the neckline of a small top pattern. So that is a fairly big resistance in place now. But just as I said, there's no real direction either on the hourly chart. Very slight drift of negative technicals, just for the fact that the hourly RSI keeps coming towards 30 and then failing around the sort of early mid 60s. So that's just a very slight drift of negative momentum, but nothing too significant. Now that's the only reason why I'm thinking that it's going to put pressure more on the downside than it is towards the 58 figure level. If I zoom in here, you can see the reaction from that GDP data is sort of already started to unwind and sort of come back again. So nothing too significant in terms of the movement, but it certainly looks as though cable is stuck range bound at the moment and needs a catalyst. And to be honest, I say needs a catalyst. It's going to get one this week. It's got a significant amount of US data. You've got consumer confidence today. You've got ISM manufacturing tomorrow. You've got ADP tomorrow. You've got non-farm payrolls on Thursday. So a huge amount of volatility I think you're going to get off this cable chart, or off the dollar anyway, in the latter stages of this week. So I think this is just arguably the calm before the storm that we're going to get this week. So just bear that in mind when you're trading around cable in the next few days, because you've got a lot of volatility data coming out. But at the moment we are sort of still range bound, looking for direction, and likelihood is that we're going to get that direction off data. So that's my outlook on cable. So I wish you good luck in your trading today, and I'll speak to you later.